Hey, what's up, diehard Boston sports fans? Steve and Chris here, doing another episode tonight. Going to be talking a lot about the Red Sox postseason coming up this Friday, who they might play. Also, Celtics preseason. Bruins get ramped up, ready to go tomorrow night against the Capitals. Also, going to recap the Patriots game against the Dolphins and leading up to the Colts game Thursday night. So here we go. So what's up, Chris? How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going. It's been a wild day, wild night. So here we are.
Yeah.
The usual Tuesday grind. Well, back at Tuesday. The last few weeks it's been Monday, so you never know. It's Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Pretty
switch
much
it up a little bit depending schedules and stuff.
right. The spice of life, so they say.
Right.
So you're getting ready for this week. It's a pretty big week here in Boston sports.
Yeah, well, I was a little down this morning. I lost my fantasy football game by less than 3 points, so I was freaking. All I needed was like one more reception. If Demarius Thomas would have hustled on that route, he would have caught a touchdown, and I would have won on the last freaking play. But
I'm sitting there thinking
uh,
because I didn't have any horse in this race. You're my co-host in the right hand. You play my oldest cousin. Like I said before, I was his best man in his wedding. So I'm like, I'm really gonna stay out of this one. And I'm thinking to myself, something's going on here because I know for a fact both of them are keeping an eye on this thing, and it's getting close. And it's like one's hoping that it's held off, the other one's hoping for something to break. Kelsey gets rocked. I'm like, well, that's typical Steve luck.
yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself right then, my cousin's like, oh, yeah, okay, this is business now. And then, Hunt gets a touchdown. And then I'm thinking to myself, now he's going to get a little bit panicky because Steve's got Sanders and Thomas going. So he's going to get nerved up. Steve's going to get excited thinking there's a chance. I was kind of hoping for a tie.
You imagine?
I mean, then you guys would have had to do like some type of a face off of some sort.
Right? Duel.
Because neither one of you had to, right? Neither one of you guys would have accepted a tie.
No. Now, just a little backstory. I was losing by, I think it was 48 or 50 points heading into last night. It was not going well at halftime. I was still down probably 40 points. And then you were like, oh, it's pretty much over. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Never know. And then
Right.
the fourth quarter came around and both teams came out guns blazing in the fourth. I'm like, whoa, here we go. Kelsey got
Well,
red hot. I think he had like 20 points in the fourth alone, something like that.
didn't Kansas City have like over 200 yards of offense, and then Denver at towards the end was sitting at 39 that quarter?
Oh, yeah, it was totally lopsided. Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you, like everyone's waiting for that moment where Mahomes comes crashing down, but Jesus, some of
Yeah,
the
I mean, he's
plays,
been,
some of the
yeah.
plays he made yesterday was just stupid. Just that throw he had left-handed was like, oh my god. I mean,
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I'm watching. I'm like, this kid's either got it or B he has a horseshoe shoved up his butt.
Right?
One of the two. That's that play reminded me very much of like a Brett Favre move.
Mm,
But now,
yeah.
I mean, he's got to take on Jacksonville next week. Kind of a short week with the Monday night that they played. Going to be very curious how that plays out. Is that in Jacksonville or is that in Kansas City?
I don't know. I was going to ask you. Not sure.
No, I mean, if they go in this week coming up and they actually roll on Jacksonville, that game in Gillette's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins left last night hurt with a hammy. So that definitely hurt their game plan last night.
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes, Watkins has been pretty inconsistent,
Yeah, his whole career. But I mean,
right?
it takes a little bit of coverage off of Kelsey.
Yeah, true. I mean, they have weapons all over the place. Hunt and
Yeah.
just,
Oh, their
I
offense
mean,
is nasty. I'm not really impressed with their defense.
no, defensively you can score on them
Yeah.
for sure. They got one of the worst rated defenses in the NFL right now, so that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good matchup. I mean, getting the guys back at the right time with Edelman and Gronk should at least be healthy by then.
I'm kind
You
of
know?
really curious what their game plan is going to be against Kansas City.
Yeah, who knows? Run.
Well, that's just it. Everyone knows
Yeah.
they have an explosive offense. Are the Patriots going to try to go out there and dictate the clock?
That's a Sunday night game too, right? Here.
I believe, yeah, that's
Yeah.
here.
So
Yeah.
Gillette will be rocking.
Oh, for sure, for
Yeah.
certain.
I hope they come in undefeated so we give them their first loss.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a good game, but that's still a week away.
Yep.
I've been starting to piece together my five for this week.
Oh, nice. So, what'd you think of
Uh,
the Dolphins game?
as expected, I,
Yeah,
I was
I
pretty confident that they were going to take care of business. It's like everyone's sitting there and they're saying, "Oh, how Miami's they're 3-0, they're a barn burner." They beat a Tennessee team that the game was like 7 hours. Not impressed. They beat the Jets. The Jets. Nothing more to say than that.
right.
And they beat Oakland,
Hmm.
who isn't exactly a world beater. And
Right.
on the matter of fact, speaking of Oakland, I touched on this yesterday. Them still people still complain about the tuck rule. Cleveland got absolutely jobbed in that game,
Oh yeah,
big
God, yeah.
time, like big
Yeah.
time got jobbed. And it's like, but you know what's going to happen by the tuck rule, the tuck rule.
Yeah. Oh, that's never going away.
I mean, what
They
was
could.
more egregious, the tuck game or that fumble that wasn't called?
Oof. Tough.
Because if you go by the letter of the law, the tuck rule game actually was the correct call.
Hmm.
But if I'm being completely honest about things, to me, I thought it was a fumble.
Well, when it happened live, I'm like,
Exactly
oh
when it
crap.
happened, like
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, there goes the
Pan.
season.
Yeah. Pandemonium.
And then it's like, wait a minute, tuck rule, which is
Right.
ironic because the Patriots actually lost the game that season on a tuck rule play against the Jets.
Right.
So it's just strange. Football is a weird sport like that. It always seems to come around tenfold
Yeah.
in that sport almost more so than anything else.
Yeah. It's just like on Sunday. I was pretty sure they were gonna win, but I didn't think they were gonna blow them out of Gillette. I mean, that's probably the best the defense has looked in a couple years, at least.
Wow, that's a big statement in a couple of years.
Yeah. Tannehill's not bad. I know he usually comes up here and craps himself, but they had some weapons. Frank Gore, he's not what he used to be, but he's a decent running back. They totally shut the run game down when they decided to do it.
Right.
Miami's game plan, they came out like throwing. I'm like, what are you doing?
See,
Like,
I could understand if they're going to come out throwing, but they're trying to go downfield often. And that was suspicious to me because everyone knows those cross routes and those little dink and dunk moves. Those are the plays that have been effective against the Patriots all
yeah,
season. Those little pick, moves.
Yeah, the 8-yard
That
crossing routes or whatever.
exactly. Those are the plays that have been effective, and Miami didn't even bother to do that.
No.
So that was puzzling to me. And you had pointed out, you're like, what is Miami doing on offense? And I'm like, I really have no idea, but I'm not complaining because it's not working for them.
No.
I mean, talk about beating your head against a wall.
Right.
You see it's not working, and you make zero moves to alter that. You just keep sticking with it, and you keep sticking with it. Stubbornness in football will get you fired.
Yeah, and beat bad.
Exactly. And
I
they
guess
just
we're
came
kind of
out, and
spoiled too.
so I guess my question to you is what changed on the defense this week from the prior weeks?
Oh, Hightower. He was massive. He
So
looked
you
really good.
so
Him
you
going
think
back in the middle, that definitely helped. You know,
right?
Jason McCourty, another week in the system. The article I wrote
Yeah.
on diehardbostonsportsfans.com. Go check it out.
Shameless plug, but I love
Yeah.
it.
he he looked a lot more comfortable. He wasn't 15 yards behind the receiver,
hmm
that kind of stuff. Yeah, just
Yeah.
Hightower being back in the middle just seems to solidify everything. Jonathan
Almost,
Jones, too, another week back from his injury.
it almost seemed like Tyra going in the middle kind of calmed things down a little bit.
Yeah,
And not only that, they stopped the run.
right.
They
Yeah,
were actually tackling. Lawrence Guy was doing this thing. Shelton was clogging up the middle. Malcolm Brown showed up.
right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
let's not forget, Trey Flowers was back too. Trey Flowers in
Chung,
that defense in Chung, but Flowers in particular is such a weapon on defense that you have to keep an eye on him because if you don't, he's going to wreak havoc on you. That's a total different look when Flowers is on the field compared to when he's not. It's night and day.
oh, big time. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just pass rushing, if it's just him being a leader because he's always been almost from day one on this team. He's been a leader with a lot of these younger people, and they look at him as one.
Maybe a trust thing, too. Like, Hightower knows where Flowers is going to be. He's going to be in the right position. Same with Devin McCourty. He knows that Trey and Patrick Chung, those
Mm-hmm.
guys are going to be in the right position, so you don't have to worry about those two spots. Combination of things, probably. That and they had, I think they had a players only meeting, the defense
Oh, really?
leading. Yeah, that's what Hightower was talking about. They met a lot after the Detroit debacle. They kind of
Maybe,
settled things down.
maybe that's what was needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting, beat in the fashion that they did, sometimes you got to get humbled every once in a while.
Oh, I mean, that must have been embarrassing for them.
Oh,
National
yeah.
TV, national
Yeah.
TV.
Right.
They basically got run on like the Patriots did to the Colts a few years ago. Not as bad, but he was
That
leading that
was
way.
the Jonas Gray game.
Yeah.
That was wild. What a
Yeah, I
wild
mean,
game that was.
you could tell Blount was running with a little extra authority in that one.
I was concerned about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where defense is a tricky thing in the NFL because a good defensive line can cover up, a pretty shady secondary
Hmm.
and vice versa. But for the most part, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess. I'd have to get like a pen and pencil and like some type of design on it.
Well, these days, the way the NFL is, it's harder for the secondary to cover up for a bad D line. Just the way they call everything. 5 yards for breathing on the receiver.
Personally, for me, now that I got my bearings back on the situation, I would much rather have an above average defensive line than
Mm-hmm.
an elite secondary.
Oh yeah, me too. Front seven.
Yeah. I'm going to get all excited if we keep talking about defense. It's going to be like that. But I mean, from what I saw, the biggest thing that I get out of it was they were actually tackling and tackling with authority.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't want to see the little wrap up tackles. I want to see a solid hit.
Yeah, let the guy
And
know you're there.
yeah, and they all kind of seem to have a little bit more pep this week.
Yeah,
Now we got the Colts coming in. I fully expect that to win.
yeah.
I'm already penciling the W.
3-2.
Right, right. Most people teams would start looking ahead of that Kansas City game, but Belichick and company, they don't work that way.
No.
Belichick and Flores and McDaniels and all of them, they're going to have you come in this week thinking that the Colts are like a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, and you see they had, I think it was the Colts had like 10 guys who didn't participate in practice today.
Yeah, that makes matters that much worse.
I mean, if it's accurate, who knows? But T.Y. Hilton's probably out. He's got a hamstring issue.
I never
That,
worry about T.Y. Hilton
no.
anyways against the Patriots because they just blink at him. He's just invisible all the time.
Yeah, it's one less target for Luck.
I had to scope him out a little bit more this week before I ended up getting that article in.
Mm-hmm.
But off the top of my head, just thinking, I don't know who they even have outside of Hilton that's like you got to keep an eye on. Okay, they got Luck, but is Luck still the Luck who people thought was going to come into this league? I don't think so.
No, I mean he just had 460 something yards against the Texans in a losing effort.
You on that play by the coach right there?
We are definitely spoiled.
I kind of dig that move though in its own right. That takes balls to do what he went for.
Yeah. What was it, 4th and 4 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean we can't say too much. Bill's done it. 4th and 2 on your own 30 or whatever that was
I
in
don't care
Indy.
what
But
anyone wants to tell me. Fall cut that first down.
oh yeah. But I mean it was a bad play design. You don't in Indy you don't run it at the sticks. I mean,
No,
I don't know if that was the intention anyways, but if I remember right,
obviously.
Brady was getting heat pretty much off the snap from his blind side, so he kind of had to get rid of it. The
Right.
original play design was probably a little more down the field,
I would
but
imagine so.
I mean, I would
Um,
have went for it too. There's no way they were stopping Peyton if they punted. He was,
those are some
yeah.
great games back in the day, weren't
Oh
they?
yeah,
Prime Brady against Prime Manning.
like Manning was on fire in that fourth quarter. There's no way I would have punted to him and expected the defense to stop them on the road. Nope. I love the call. I'm like, yes, here we go. Game over.
That game in the AFC title game will forever haunt me.
Mm-hmm. 21-3.
You're up big and then just
Who got that like
Caldwell
atrocious?
drops a wide open pass to him for a walk-in
Yeah.
touchdown. He goes right between his legs. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then
Oh,
disaster strikes. They easily would have won the Super Bowl against that Bears
oh
team.
God, yeah. Well, too, the phantom pass interference call was it against Watson in like the second quarter when they were driving up 21-3. And they
That's
had that
yeah.
play they had picked up like 18 or 20 yards. They would have went in again. That game was over.
Sickening.
And then even after the Colts took the lead, the Brady interception, I think it was Falk that was streaking down the right sideline all by himself. Brady didn't
Yeah.
see him. Like he would have walked in.
Man, I hate leaving points on the
Oh,
field.
well, that I hated losing to Peyton
Right.
and Bill Polian and Dungy. I was never a fan of either of those.
Those are fun games though to watch back in the
Yeah, I
day.
mean, I didn't like losing to Peyton because he was so good, very competitive. The other two, I just thought were a-holes. So,
Right. Pretty much.
right also.
Polling especially.
Oh, God, yeah, Mr. Oh, you can thank him for the illegal contact nonsense.
Yeah, it's funny because they have Schefter had a tweet out today about how the offense is setting all these records in the NFL right now. Well, I wonder why. The defense don't know how to even tackle anymore without getting
Yeah,
called.
yeah, can't hit the quarterback.
In the whole crest, helmet crest situation, they got called too. A lot of these running backs are getting away with exactly that. But if the defensive side of the field does anything close to that, they get called for it.
Yeah, Hunt last night should have been flagged.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So how demoralizing is it to be a defender in the league right now? There's no idea, no rhyme, and no reason to what's going on.
oh, it's all fantasy football and gambling driven, no matter what they tell you.
I think that's
The
why I
only,
like deep. I think that's why I really like the defense
yeah,
aspect of football more so than the offense because it's so offense oriented. I like the strategy of trying to take out an offense that's already favored to begin with.
right.
It's not a level playing field in the NFL, offense or
No.
defense, not even close.
Mm.
And you can't even make an argument saying that it's 50-50. You just can't
Oh,
do it.
God, no. It's like 80-20.
I mean, you can try, but how actual legit is that going to be that that's actually the situation? I don't see it.
No. So what'd you think of Booger McFarland last night saying Kelsey's better than Gronk?
Oh, here we go again.
Mm.
Just like I had put in the five last week, the hot takes are coming in hot and heavy on Gronkowski this year. He's slowed down. He's not the best right now. You know, can you sit back right now and pick out a better blocking? Don't even consider the passing aspect of it, the touchdowns. Let's get to the bare essential part of a tight end. It always starts with blocking, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Is there a better blocking tight end in football than Rob Gronkowski?
Nah, I mean, he's better than a lot of linemen. So,
Exactly. So he's got that going for him. He's an animal in the red zone. He's got good hands. He's incredible down the seam. Has he slowed down? I don't know. He's been playing with a gimpy ankle for 3
right.
weeks. He's not 100% right now. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I mean, too, they might be pacing him a little bit, too. Save him for the playoffs.
I see no reason whatsoever to play him this week.
No, he might play, but I kind of hope he sits out. They don't
I
need
don't think
him.
he's going to.
Well,
You got to
really? You
figure
don't?
that. I don't think so. I think he's out.
Well, he
Look
hasn't
at this
practiced
way.
the last 2 days.
They didn't. None of them practiced Monday,
No.
and had they did it, he wouldn't have practiced. He didn't practice today, so that gives you essentially one more practice before game day.
Right.
I don't see it happening. I
No,
don't.
there's no need. I mean, you got Edelman back. Yeah, obviously not the same player, but you got your safety blanket back.
To be determined with Edelman still.
Yeah, well, if you go by Ninkovich, who's been working out with them for the last month, he looks great.
So you
But
know what that means if Gronkowski isn't there. You know where I'm going.
no.
This is the week. This is the
Oh, to
week of the
Wayne.
Allen touchdown. Gonna happen.
Now, one week it's gonna happen like the week you don't call it, but I do.
Oh, I'll freak right out if that happens. Oh, that'll piss me off.
This is it. Week
Yeah,
8.
yeah. I give up. It's not gonna happen. Oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna happen now, and it happens. Oh my god, I'd probably put my hand through the wall. It's like the Animal House scene when Bluto takes the guitar and just smashes it. That's what I'd be doing as a kid like that. Oh, I'd be pissed.
Gonna happen. Mark it down.
I'll tell you right now, he's another animal in the run game. Yeah, he had that one whiff, but did you see that hammering shot he had on Sonny Michel's touchdown?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Oh, he hammered that dude. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's the guy right there. Yeah, he's overpaid. Who cares? It's not our money.
Oh, it was so impressive. Bill brought it up on his balustrader.
See?
Yeah, so I'm like, whoa, pay attention.
I should, I should put him in the five. I don't tip my hand, but oh my God, can you imagine if that happened? I write the five players to watch Dwayne Allen, all sorts of looks like this idiot's at it again.
Right?
And
Yeah.
then he actually does it. Oh my God, I would be like on cloud nine.
Well, Hollister, unfortunately, we don't know what his deal is. Can't stay healthy.
Very frustrated.
Oh, it's gonna be brutal for him.
Because she has the tools too. That's the frustrating part about it.
Yeah, he can catch for sure.
Oh, I'm getting like all bothered thinking about the Allen touchdown against the Colts. How sweet would that be? Oh my, I'd love it. Like I said in that tweet last Sunday, I want it to happen so I can shut myself out.
Hmm.
Because I'm not going to quit until it happens.
Right.
I mean, I should get like a shout out. I don't know if he's on like Twitter or not. Like when that finally happens, I should get a shout out from Dwayne Allen. This is for you, Chris. You called it. You believed in me. Oh, I'd pin that second to my profile. I don't know.
Oh, you imagine?
It'd be beautiful. I expect a big one though. It,
That would
it'll
be
it's gonna get ugly.
that would be a Bill move though, just sticking it to the Colts like that with a Dwayne Allen touchdown.
Yeah. You're it this week, Dwayne Allen. You are the number one target.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
You know the game plan name for that would be, don't you? If Dwayne Allen's the number one option,
Oh, Jesus.
the game plan would be called "How to Have Chris Put on a Fan."
Now, me,
I
I
think I might
think.
I might be his biggest fan.
Oh, easy. Yeah, that's not even debatable.
I don't get it. It's just I just like the guy's intangibles. I mean, I think he's a good player. Just
Well, I
because
mean, it's not
he
sexy.
doesn't
That's why.
exactly. It's like Van Noy. I love Van Noy, one of my favorite players on the team. Guy gets bashed like crazy because he's not flashy.
Yeah.
Guy is a highly intelligent football player.
Oh, we know. I mean, that's what Bill brings here is intelligent players,
Right,
coachable.
exactly.
Coachable. Not any of those like I'm better than coaching type of players. None of that nonsense.
I'm still trying to find an angle to get the person that you want me to put in that article.
Oh, I told you. Could happen,
I'll have to do an O day to you if I can get it in.
right? I think like Sony Michel's gonna have a big game after his big game on Sunday against the Dolphins. I think it's 112 yards. He had like 70 something yards after contact. That's pretty ridiculous.
I thought he was a first round bust. No,
Right? No, yeah, yeah.
well that
I
changed in a
mean,
hurry, didn't it?
right? You go from that to. I mean, I'm not putting him in Canton yet, but he's heading in the
Right.
positive direction. You gotta cut the guy some slack, like you said in the article. Missed all of preseason, didn't even really sniff training camp. So
Right. So
like,
he's learning on the fly.
so this week, if not this week, next week he'll be like top shape.
It'll be essentially his opening night,
Right.
basically.
I mean, I was a big fan of the pick when they took him. So he was kind of still on the board, and the old draft experts were talking about him. Of course, they're
Right.
like, "Oh, no way, the Patriots will take him. They're gonna take a linebacker." Typical nonsense that they spew and people like for some reason. And then they said his name. I'm like, "Oh, that's a good pick. Like that
Well,
guy's
you know how
electric."
it goes. Anyone that you think that the Patriots ain't gonna take, they're gonna take.
Right.
Throw when it comes to drafting, especially, just these experts don't even waste your time when it comes to the Patriots.
No. No, I don't remember any of them ever being right.
See, for me, I don't watch college football very sparingly. So I don't know who half these people are that they're drafting. I just kind of look at tape after.
Yeah, my dad grew up in Auburn and Alabama fans. So we always at least used to watch like all the SEC games and stuff. We
Well, it's
still watch
different.
them.
I mean,
Yeah,
your father's actually from Alabama, right?
right. Yeah. And
So, I
then,
mean,
so
he
they
grew
play
up in
Georgia all
that.
the time. Yeah,
That's like me and you growing up here. That's like hockey to us.
right. So I saw Sony play a decent amount, and I
Right.
think he averaged 8 or 9 yards a carry in the championship game last year against
Yeah.
Alabama. So I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And he, like, even in college, though, he wasn't a really, like, every down type of back. Like, he didn't get, like, 30 carries a game. He was more of, like, a scat back in college.
Oh, yeah.
Third down, like, pass catching type. He ran it some, just not your typical workhorse, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why some people didn't like the pick.
Could
Because like,
be.
oh, he can't. He's not an every down back. What are you doing taking him in the first round? And well, look at that. He's pretty much an every down back now.
Well, I mean, are people bitching about the pick because of the position, or are they bitching because of the player?
I think it's both because he had a little injury history in college. He had a knee
Mm-hmm.
issue in college. He got dinged up. And too, like everyone was all, oh, we got to get linebackers, we got to get defense because of what happened in the Super Bowl.
Right.
They all wanted, 9 or 10 draft picks on defense, or drafting linebackers and stuff first, and then if you wanted to take a receiver or running back, do it later in the draft.
Which is what they normally do.
Yeah, but
So the
if
fact
they
that they actually went that high to get him should tell you all you need to know what they think about him.
right,
Hmm. Interesting.
and they had
Well,
already
I
got an
don't know what it
offensive
is.
lineman who ended up getting hurt, but they had already
Unfortunately.
drafted Wynn earlier, so they got a big need filled right there. So,
Yeah, I like when.
mm.
Hopefully he's gonna pan out. Boy, the
so
Achilles injuries with big boys are a risky business.
yeah, I think you called it when it happened.
That sucked.
Yeah, you're like,
Like,
oh, that's Achilles. I'm like, oh, no way. You're, sure enough, next
right.
morning. But yeah, and I think they should roll over the Colts.
Absolutely.
The Colts will probably they should score like 14 points. You would think.
Going to be curious because I want to see the same type of defensive tenacity this week as I did last week.
Yeah, I hope they go right after Luck. I don't want any of this laying back
Right.
nonsense. I want that to be over. Period. I don't
Yep.
care who they're playing. I know you can't do it every play. Like the game last night with Denver, like they were coming after Mahomes a lot and ended up burning them in the fourth quarter. So
You
you
got
gotta
to
switch it up.
right. You got to impose your will on these opponents.
Right. They
Don't
need
sit
to,
back and wait for them to mess up.
yeah. Yeah. The fall of the Patriots has been greatly overstated. You gotta send a message to teams coming in here. It's not gonna be a Sunday picnic.
Can't be. You like you said, you got to make a statement and you have to make a loud one.
I mean, last year too, when KC came in here and they throttled the Patriots
Oh my God,
opening night. So
that was rough. That was rough on the eyes.
yeah. You don't think there'll be a little revenge factor in that one?
You gotta hope so.
Yeah. That's what we'll find out, like if they fix the issues with the crossing routes and
Yeah.
the backs out of the backfield, because that's what Kansas City's gonna do,
Yep.
partly. And good.
Oh,
I hope they do. They gotta figure out if they have it fixed or not.
right.
And I'm
Definitely.
not an Andy Reid fan, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like during the game last night, like after Mahomes like finished his series or whatever, like Reed went over and sat on the bench with him, was talking to him about like what he saw out there, and just was
Yeah.
kind of giving
So
him pep talks and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. But I mean, he's still gonna turtle in the playoffs. That's just what he does.
that's his MO, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
yeah, I'm pretty
Pats win big
excited.
though.
Yeah,
You want to jump into
35-14 or
yeah? You want to jump into the Sox?
yeah, I know we were talking about this last night on the Twitter live show that we do. You want to play the Yankees, and I don't want any part of them.
Let's roll. Let's.
So it's they get their play on game tomorrow night, right? Oakland and the Yankees.
Yep.
So they get Severino pitching, which means if they win, um, Jay Happ will probably pitch twice against the Red Sox in their divisional series, which could be bad news because he's been pretty good against them. Their like bullpen especially scares me. They do good against Chapman, but some of the other pitchers they don't have a lot of luck with, and let's be honest, they haven't really hit it all the last couple postseasons. Does that mean it's going to happen again? No, but still a little
I
worrisome
can't figure out why you don't want any part of New York. New York. You're a
because
Sox
they're
fan.
good.
Come on.
They're good. They are a legitimate threat.
Screw them.
They've had guys hurt for what, 2 months?
You know as well as I do. If we don't face the Yankees, that's all we're going to hear about. Bring them on. Let take care of business against Oakland tomorrow, and then let's get the show on the road Friday.
It's probably what's going to happen, and I'm sure I'll change my tune by Friday. But
No, no way. You'll still be sweating bullets.
so will you when the games start.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course, I'll be nervous. It's just the way it
Yeah.
goes.
It'll be hilarious though if they end up choking tomorrow night at home,
Oh, yeah, in its own right, it would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
right?
I kind of low. Well, I want Oakland to win. I'm strange because I hate the Yankees, obviously, so I kind of want them to lose so I can just say, hey, you won 100 games. You didn't even make it into the divisionals. And then the other part of me wants to actually play them so I can say that the Sox knocked them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But on the other token, if New York, God forbid, New York got in and beat Boston in the first round,
Oh,
oh my God. You're going to talk running into friggin' Oakland by the end of the show.
right.
Oh,
You imagine 3 years ago, we're all getting bounced in the first round. You've already changed the manager. What's next?
I, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's not talk about that.
I think the Sox are going to roll in the first round, regardless of who they play.
Well, I mean, if they get out of the first round, look out.
There's no guarantee that
Yeah.
that Houston Cleveland series is going to be a quick one either.
No. Just I think, the Sox just have to get over that first round hump and then they're golden.
Houston, Houston's scary, obviously.
So is Cleveland. Terry
Cleveland,
Francona's a hell of a manager.
here he is.
Right? Yeah. We've all seen
Cleveland,
that.
Cleveland has the staff to give the Sox headaches in Houston.
Yeah.
First round matchup for the Sox that's probably the easiest is Oakland,
Yeah.
realistically speaking. But Oakland's got a pretty scrappy team on them. And that in themselves makes them dangerous. These scrappy teams that not, I shouldn't say back into the playoffs, but they actually, you know, they're like, I don't like really like the wild card to begin with, honestly. I like the old format.
Yeah, I mean, like Oakland's got nothing to lose.
Right? No one expects them.
Yeah.
The pressure's on the Sox more than anybody else.
Oh yeah, winning 108 games. It's a lot of pressure.
But now we're going to see because every inning counts, every out is huge. Situational baseball is gigantic now.
Yeah.
Everything is magnified tenfold.
Yeah, Cora's been really good so far. We're gonna find out how good he is coming up.
Yep. As good as the Sox have been this season, historical by
Mm.
the organizational standpoint, they got to be that much better come playoffs.
Yeah, all around. Yep.
They might come in, they might surprise us and just be lights out.
Hmm.
Or God forbid they come in and gag.
Hmm.
I need Martinez to do his thing because I know as good of a year as he has and he's had so far, he's been incredible, better than any one of us could ever dream of. If he doesn't perform in the playoffs, I'm going to hear so much crap about it in that group. Oh,
Everywhere.
regular season player didn't perform in the postseason. Okay, take him off your team, and you're probably not even in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna bust your balls just because, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll be busting my balls on one hand and shedding a tear in the other. So, and if you didn't, I wouldn't.
right,
You got to expect it because if
right.
you didn't, I would think something's up.
You're gonna be like, "Hey, is he all right?"
Right. Be calling your wife up. Hey, Steve, okay? I'm a little bit
Right.
concerned about him. But I don't know. I love October baseball. I like the intensity of it. Everything is. I like playoffs in general.
Mm. Yeah, we got our first kick in the nuts with John Lester pitching tonight.
Well, they losing.
No, it's just the fact that he's not here.
Oh yeah, right. I got you. I kind of hope Colorado wins that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but like him, it's like he's been in the league 11 years, and I think every year he's had at least 30 or more starts.
Yeah, he's a workhorse.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I miss Lester.
Yeah. And to think, like, what did Theo give him? 150 million or something?
Something like that.
6 years, 150? Like these days, that's nothing.
It's funny because the Red Sox like brutally lowballed him. It's
Yeah.
not funny, but you know what I mean.
hmm
And then he had free agency, and they tried to up the ante, and it's too late at that point.
Yeah, from what I remember though, they still weren't even close to the 160.
No, I think they were at like 140 ish.
Mm.
If I remember right. It's quite a few years ago. Hmm.
Yeah, but hopefully he does well. I like him. I always root for him. And Theo. I miss Theo too.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. So you want Oakland still? How
Yeah.
you see the first round playing out? You ready to give a prediction? Or you want to wait until see what happens? Who you're playing?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to see who they play to give like game amounts and stuff.
Do you like them coming out of the first round, regardless of who they're playing?
Yeah, I think this is the year. Yeah, like I said, look out. Rest of the league, look out when
Whoa.
they get over that hump. The only team that scares me is Milwaukee. If they end up
Oh,
somehow
Milwaukee,
facing them,
they
they're
have
the real deal.
they have that ed factor, don't they?
Yeah,
Ooh.
they have that. Oh crap! Factor for the other
So
team.
so right
Uh,
now, you're calling for the Sox to go all the way. This is the year, World Series.
yeah, yeah,
Whoa. That's a
and I
Thompson.
think
That's a Thompson hot take right there.
yeah, and I think Price is going to be a big reason
Hmm.
because
MVP? You going
I
that
don't know.
far?
I don't know if they ever give it to a pitcher, but I think he's going to do really well. Chris Sale, on the other hand, I'm not so sure.
He's always
You
a
know,
question mark, isn't he?
well, I mean, I don't think he's had like a great start since mid July.
But at the same time, you broke down last year.
Yeah, that's concerning. Like, no one's really talking about it. They're just thinking, oh, he's going to come out game one and he's going to go 7 innings, 100 pitches. It's like, what?
Right.
He's not throwing as hard. Is that by design? Because he was topping out at like 90, right? And early in the
I
year, he was like 98. So, like, that's
think he had
almost
a
10 miles an hour.
think he had a few that was around 94 in that
Mm.
game. But
But
he
I mean,
said
that's
something was going
huge.
on with his hips.
Mm.
So they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, anyways.
I mean, typical Boston. I'm worrying about everything.
Got to.
But I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, if he is not 100%, it could change things.
Yeah. There's no doubt that they change things in a hurry.
Yeah, and the wild card himself, Rick Porcello. Which one of him is showing up?
Anyone's guess.
Yeah, Avaldi. He's an interesting one. How's he gonna do? Erod, I
Well,
think they're shoving him in the bullpen, right? So,
right now they have Avaldi in him in the bullpen, I believe, for this first
hmm,
round.
yeah. So how are they gonna handle that? I mean, Dombrowski and company can say, "Oh, we're gonna put these starters in the bullpen. Everything's gonna be great," but until it happens, you never know.
Right. We're just gonna see what happens with them.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I got a good feeling. I think they're I think they're going to do well. What do you think they're going to
I'll go one. I won't get as eccentric as you. I'll say I'll go one series at a time. I believe they're at least in the independent.
do?
I'm not ready to say World Series because
Yeah,
if I say that, they're gonna get swept.
there you go.
So I'm gonna do the cautious approach here and say they at least win this round.
There you go.
But
You want to jump into the Bruins real quick?
sure,
Opening night tomorrow night. their luck, they go down to Washington to play the Capitals on the night that they're raising the banner. It's like, come on.
With Holtby of all
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, who has owned them.
Yeah. It's good to have hockey back, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Bergeron's supposed to be back, which is good. Torrey Krug hurt again. That sucks.
Yeah.
And that guy, he can't stay healthy.
He's a
It
little bit
stinks.
snake bitten at times.
Yeah. Him and Carlo, they're both seem to be injury bugs a lot.
Yeah, they're starting to get that reputation, aren't they?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how the young kids do tomorrow
Right.
night.
Now,
The hostile environment.
I'm curious to see, if Marshawn, Bergie, and Pasta can repeat what they did last year.
Yeah, I mean too. Well, like Marshawn, like, is he gonna change his game like he said he was gonna in the off season?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to. Like, if not, they're gonna have to trade him.
And
Yeah.
let's see, Rask is playing tomorrow. So that being said, how long are we going to have to wait until we get the first Rask complaint from Rich Gelman? Over under in the course of the game?
Oh, mid first period.
Mid first. So 10 minutes in the first, you're going to have
Yeah.
the first Rich Gelman. Rask is terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, something. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Nothing
And
fires up old Gelman more than Tuukka Rask.
nope. And Halak's playing Thursday against Buffalo. Cassidy announced that today.
That's going to be an interesting tandem, I think, Halak and Rask.
Yeah, Halak's decent.
He could very well be one of
Yeah.
your better backup goalies in the NHL.
Yeah. And I thought Hudobin was pretty good
Yeah.
when he was here.
Some will probably say that Halak should be in over Rask. What's your over under before Gilman does that? I mean, he's like, how many games in before he starts saying Halak should be in over Rask?
Oh, like if Tuca's playing bad, 10 games.
10 games in, so you're
Yeah.
saying,
Oh yeah. Make a
boy,
change.
you ain't giving him any.
I'm just going
You're
with the reality.
10, 10 day games in.
Yeah.
Rich Gelman, it's time to put Halak in permanent.
I mean, not very permanent, but he'll do what he did last year and sit Rask for a few games. You know, Cassidy's not afraid to do that.
No, that's what I love about
Yeah.
Cassidy. He's not afraid to ruffle feathers.
No, and it worked with him last year.
Yep.
And even he said he was playing awful at the beginning. So yeah,
Nice
Rask, yeah.
It'd be nice for Rask to come out guns blazing.
Yeah, they need him, especially a lot of young kids. But where do you stand on? You know, they had Stempniak in. They were in on Kovalchuk. Would you rather the youth play?
I would.
Yeah.
Because, Kovalchuk to me, I didn't want Kovalchuk here. I wasn't feeling the bright lights, him coming back in from not playing in the NHL for years.
Yeah.
Coming in and just dominating, he was obviously a great talent prior. I wasn't feeling it with him.
No.
And to me, the Stempniak move, to me, was a camp body. He's going to get a goal and then disappear for 12, 13, 14 games, and then people are going to be screaming for the youth anyways at that point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were talking about this last year.
Right. This is another year where you have to see what you got. They have talent. They're loaded in the system.
Yeah.
Why not see what these people can play and what they can do? You know, Stadnickia looks like he's going to be special.
Yeah.
He's lighting things up in junior right now. Let's just see what happens. I mean, hockey's a grind, obviously. I'd rather see the youth play and get, gelled, so to speak, for the upcoming seasons because Chara, he's getting up there in age. He's not going to be able to play forever. You know, even Bergeron's got a lot of miles on him.
Yeah. What,
I'm not
15
saying that.
years?
I'm not saying that. You know, the demise of St. Patrice is going to happen overnight. Because I love Bergeron. I have always loved him. I mean, who the hell don't if you're a Bruins fan?
Right.
Have you ever heard anyone even bitch about Bergeron? I haven't.
Now, St. Patrice. Yeah.
Exactly. Without question, the next captain of the Bruins is Bergeron. Easy.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
So I love it. I'm glad that hockey's back. It's another outlet, another sport.
Yeah.
And, I can't sit here and actually say that I watched the preseason games because I don't like any preseason sports.
Right.
So I didn't really pay much attention. But now that regular season's here, I'm all in.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in preseason.
That was impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. Like the Celtics, I know you want to get into them. I haven't watched a game.
I've watched some here and there. I haven't sit there religiously and watched
Right,
every single preseason game. Like
right.
tonight, they're getting throttled in Cleveland by like 13 points.
End of
But
the world, right?
yeah, Kyrie's not playing.
Right.
Yeah, I just want Gordon and them to stay healthy, get in
That's
game
it.
shape.
That's
Get in
it.
game shape. Season will
Pretty much.
start soon enough for those guys. I thought it was
Right.
funny that Tristan Thompson still said they were the team of the East. I thought that was
Beautiful.
hilarious.
Oh, was that beautiful or what?
My goodness.
That reminded me of, I don't want to get political here, but that reminded me of Baghdad Bob back in the day. The U.S. troops are not anywhere near Baghdad as the airport's
Right,
blown up and everything
right,
else. They're not here.
right.
Oh, okay, it's just everything's getting blown up around you, but
Yeah.
that's not happening from the troops, right?
No,
What utter denial from him.
just fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to see here,
Uh,
people. Nothing to see.
is weed legal in Ohio?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to stop them.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he had to be on something.
You would think, but is he like so aloof that he thinks that's actually a chance of that happening?
If he is, that's crazy.
I mean, LeBron sure the hell ain't coming back.
No,
I mean, if you're probably a playoff team, probably, but you're not going nowhere.
no.
This is going to be a three team race in the East. Celtics, Philly, and Toronto. Now, depending on how Kawhi kind of gels.
Right.
A healthy Celtics team, though, should steamroll the East.
Oh yeah, I'm not really worried about Philly. It's more Toronto.
Right.
Toronto always gives them problems. It's like it's a bad. I don't know if it's a bad matchup now, but the last few years it has been, especially up
Yeah.
there. The Celtics always seem to last couple of years just get absolutely throttled up in Toronto.
Just like clockwork.
Yeah, but DeRozan I think was a big part of it. He's gone.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's a good player. And now him in San Antonio. Oh, Jesus.
Right. You know, Indy's kind of an interesting team. They can make some noise. I don't think they're not good enough to win, but
Right. Yeah, they'll be more of
they
an
can.
annoyance. Yeah.
They exactly. They can be competitive.
Yeah, if your team goes in there and isn't firing on all cylinders, you're gonna lose.
Right.
Yeah.
Scrappy teams, man. I'm telling you, there's something about it in sports.
Yeah.
You don't always
Yeah.
have to have the best talent to win.
Nah, I mean they gave LeBron all he wanted.
Yep. Exactly. Fun
But
times
yeah,
though. It's
it,
exciting times around
oh,
here.
yep. Great time of year.
Definitely.
Not a huge fan of the cold snow, but what are you gonna
No.
do? Means football is in full swing, which is great. Basketball too.
We're New Englanders. We're gonna
Yeah.
bitch about the weather. It's just the way it goes. But we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's in our blood. This is what we do.
Wine when it's too hot, too cold.
Yep. There's no winning.
No.
That's why we need our teams to win because
Yeah.
if our sports teams don't win at all, we're really going to be miserable.
All right.
Look outside to a foot of snow and it's like, oh man, it's a foot of snow out there, and the team's playing like crap. What am I doing here?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Brady.
Right? Of course, right? And then the Celtics are playing like crap. The
Yeah.
Bruins are points out of the playoffs. But,
Oh, do you for the Bruins? Do you think they're gonna make the playoffs?
oh yeah,
Hmm. That'll be that's gonna be tough. Their own division is ridiculous. Hmm.
yeah, my dog's losing it again.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bruins' own division. You got Toronto beefed up. Buffalo's still a problem.
Right.
Yeah, and then you got not in the division, but you got Tampa, who's still pretty good.
Oh, Tampa's good. Toronto's going to
Yeah.
be good. Buffalo, they're still a ways away still.
Hmm. So it might be tough for them to make it out and make it in the playoffs. It's hard to say how the young kids are gonna do. You know,
Well,
health obviously.
well, aside from health, I believe they're a playoff team.
Yeah, they should be. Like I think Bruce is a good coach. I
Oh
like
yeah,
him a lot.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, probably his greatest attribute is he gets everything he can out of each player.
Yep,
Every ounce of talent
he pushes the
he
right
gets.
buttons. He's not afraid to make moves.
Right?
He doesn't care about ruffling feathers. He's got one goal in mind, and that's the cup.
Yeah. I don't care if you're a 10-year veteran, if you're playing like garbage, you're sitting on the ninth floor.
Right. So you got anything else? You want to wrap this up?
No, let's wrap it up. Thanks everyone in advance for checking out this episode on Audio Boom. You can also check it out on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast. You can get it on our website, www.diehardbostonsportsfans.com. Facebook at Diehard Boston Sports Fans and Steve and the Hood present Boston Sports. Twitter, we got We Play for Titles, Steve Hood Pod, we Diehard Boss Fans. What's yours, Chris?
Mine's Chris CHRIS _ Blackie BLACKY.
So yeah, again, thanks everyone for checking out tonight's episode. We appreciate it.
See ya.